going on, guys? Chris here, and I got a special video for y'all music fans, because I am a big music fan. You guys know that besides, talking shit about people I don't like on YouTube, I am probably one of the biggest music fans you're ever gonna meet. Thousands of albums I've listened to, and I kind of want to give you guys some of my essential albums, my favorite albums of all time, my 10 out of 10 records. And yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just go 5 albums from the 60s, albums that I think are perfect, albums that are essential in my opinion. Perfect, essential ones that you guys should listen to if you're getting into music or any of the genre that you're getting into, whatever the fuck it is. These are the records for this decade. These are the records where they're perfect. They execute it perfectly. I'm gonna be doing this for all the decades of music. For example, 60s right now, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and so on and so forth, 2010s. Not going to do 2020s because the decade just started and I don't have many 10s. I only have like 2. And honestly, they're basic. I want to get more albums that I love on from that decade before I would make a video like that. Give it like 2 more years. I could probably crank out a video like that. But even then, the decade's still going. But yeah, that's basically it. I'll be doing 5 for each decade. And if there's a record that you love that's not on here, remember this. There are going to be some 10s here that are not going to be mentioned. For example, for this video, The Saint and the Sinner Lady by Charles Mingus. Probably one of my favorite records of all time. It's not going to be mentioned here, but I probably will mention it other times. It's in my top 3 albums of the 60s. How can I not? There's going to be 5 records here. I'm going to start off this video with a very key album if you're just getting into music in general. But bam! Velvet Underground and Nico. This is probably one of the most important groups of the 60s. I mean, just so influential for their time, bro. Like, so influential. Lou Reed was on a fucking roll in the 60s and early 70s. And this album is, like, the start of it all. There's some amazing songs on here. Some of my favorite songs of all time. Some of my favorite experimental rock songs, like Venus and Fur. Venus and fucking Fur. One of the greatest rock songs of all time. We also got Heroin, probably one of the most praised rock songs of all time. Sunday Morning. We have fucking Femme Fatale. We have Waiting for My Man. Like, holy shit, this record fucking rocks. This is like probably the punkiest record ever. Like, people are saying, but it is not much punk. I mean, it is proto-punk, but like, there's not much punk influence. But I mean, like, the amount of influence this record has is insane. Do your research on how much Lou Reed and the Velvet Underground are like influential. You'll be shocked. Trust me, when I found out, I almost shit in my pants, bro. Like, these guys really influence everything from those weird ass indie rock bands that are soft, or like those Metallica, punk, noise rock, fucking noise rock. It's not really with this record, but other records. But there's the noise. The fact that this band starting noise rock is kind of crazy. Back in the 60s. So yeah, this is a awesome record. And if you're getting into experimental music, this is probably the first record I'd recommend. One of the first records I'd recommend, because it's really it's great. It's just that great. I really have no words for how great this album is besides 10 out of 10. Check it out. This is just standard black. 10 out of 10, you should check it out. And this is probably if I had to listen to all these records, this is one of the records I would recommend definitely listen to, especially if you want to get into more experimental music, because a lot of the records in this video are not going to be that experimental. But this right here is a chef's kiss in music. Alright, we're going to be moving on to my favorite songwriter of all time, Mr. Bob Dylan. Yes, there are a couple Bob Dylan records I thought were amazing, but this took the cake as my favorite. This is a cool ass gatefold, by the way. Look at that. Look at that. And he's the same size as he is in real life too. That's fucking cool. Oh shit, the record almost slipped out. Look. Oh shit. Let's not have that happen. And yeah, but bam. Some of my favorite songs of all time, especially folk rock. Yeah, my favorite folk rock song of all time is on here. Sad Eyed Lady of the Lowland. Holy shit, that song is great. I Want You. There's one more song on here that was amazing. Memphis Blues. One of Us Must Know. I love the vocal refrains on that song where he's like, "Sooner or later, one of us must know." You know, like, this album's so fucking great. This is one of the greatest double albums ever. And this is one of the first double albums. I don't remember how many double albums existing in the 60s. I know the 70s had a lot of double albums, but 60s? Double albums? Like, holy shit. And this is definitely one of the greatest double albums. This is one of the greatest folk rock albums. This is one of the greatest albums in general. Absolutely love, love, love Bob Dylan. If you know me in real life, you know that Bob Dylan is like my favorite songwriter. And this album proves his songwriting abilities to the max. I have so much appreciation for this record, is Bob Dylan, for making this record. Some of the greatest songs. Rainy Day Woman is an amazing song. If you want to get into folk rock, I would check out this album. If you want to get into Bob Dylan, because I know his voice is a little, annoying to some people. Like, he talks like this in all his songs. Like, I get some people won't like that, but you should give him a chance. You should give him a chance. He's one of the greatest songwriters of all time. And yeah, this is probably my favorite album of the '60s. If you want to pick my favorite record from each decade, this is probably my favorite. This one right here, yeah, this one. All right, now let's move on. This album kind of like, to me, it was the best of pop when it came out. This is like the best pop was gonna get. And we're gonna talk about pop music in a bit, right? But this to me was the height of pop when it came out. Bam! Pet Sounds. Now, this is an amazing album. I think this is one of the greatest albums of all time. Like, Wouldn't It Be Nice is like one of my favorite songs of all time, mainly because it's my grandma's ringtone. My grandma Suma, shout out to her. She absolutely loves this record. She's the one who got me this record, actually. Amazing fucking record. Amazing fucking record. What the fuck happened here? Can I fix that? Yeah, okay, I guess it's not that noticeable. But it's an amazing record. 1965. Yeah, I'm gonna put all the years the record came out in the description too. Velvet Underground Nico was 67. Bob Dylan was 66. I forgot to mention that. I don't really give a fuck, but this is an amazing record right here. Pop. This is like the start of pop. I'm gonna say this is like probably the pop album of the '60s to really like listen to. There's so many great songs like "You Still Won't Believe Me," "God Only Knows," "Pet Sounds," like holy shit. Brian and the gang were on another level. Brian and company were on another fucking level making this album. And I really don't think that there's a record they made as good as this one. This is easily one of the greatest, like, just pop records of all time. And it's kind of it's not experimental. It's just the best of what pop has to offer at the time. And if you want to get into an album that experiments with pop more, look at Paul and the gang, John and the gang, whoever you think is the fucking leader of this band. Beatles, Abbey Road. I think this is like, remember how I said that Pet Sounds is just pop at its best form? Yeah, this is the better album between this album and freaking Sgt. Pepper, by the way. Sgt. Pepper's overrated shit. This is the best psychedelic album. This takes all of my favorite things from like Pet Sounds and it kind of like this fucking goes crazy. This is easily my favorite Beatles record. If you asked me a month ago, I would have said the White Album, and the White Album is still amazing. But this record, oh my fucking god, bro, this is like one of the greatest records of all time, especially the second half of the record. My favorite song on here is actually "Golden Slumbers." But yeah, the Beatles, holy shit, man, holy shit, this is such a great record. Oh my god, this is probably in my top 3 of the '60s. Holy shit! This is. For some reason, it has a black sleeve. All the records here are standard black. There's really no variety here. Like, they're all standard black for some fucking reason. I don't really mind. No, I'm not like trying to look for different colors and shit. But yeah, this record is so fucking great. Has some of the greatest songs of all time. "Come Together." "Oh Darling," "I Want You," "She's So Heavy." That was a song I was playing in the beginning of the video. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that for each one. I could have played just a couple songs from this decade I know how to play. "Here Comes the Sun," of course. George Harrison's my favorite Beatle, by the way, because it's probably like one of the most psychedelic songs I've ever heard. The End, She came in through the bathroom window. Wait, she came in through the bathroom window. If I knew how to play it on guitar, I would have, but obviously I don't fucking know. You Never Give Me Your Money. Yes. So many great songs. Like every song here, perfect. It's banger, 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 banger. Holy shit. Holy shit. Listen to this fucking album. This is probably, if I had to pick an album that you guys should listen to first of this video, it would be this one or Pet Sounds. This is like, because this is an easy album to get into. You know, it's psychedelic, but it's not too psychedelic. You know what I mean? It's a psychedelic pop, and like this is like one of the first pop albums ever. Besides, you know, Pet Sounds, obviously. Amazing record, 1969, and yeah. This next record also came out in 1969. This is easily my favorite, one of my favorite musicians of all time. One of my favorite composers, one of my favorite songwriters. Not like singer-songwriter like Bob Dylan, just like the way he writes his songs. Frank fucking Zappa. Fuck yes to Frank Zappa. Hell yes to Frank Zappa. Easily one of my favorite just musicians in general. Like, if there's one guy in music that I look up to, it's fucking Zappa, bro. It's Zappa. This awesome ass gatefold too. Like, look at the color on this shit. This is uneventful, not gonna lie. Like, it's just the same picture, just without the words. But this is Frank Zappa, one of the smartest musicians of all time. I gotta say. There's a little Captain Beefheart thing here too. Like, there's a little picture of Captain Beefheart. Captain Beefheart does do a song on here. He does Willie the Pimp. My favorite song is Peaches and Regalia, Son of Mr. Green, Gumbo Variations, fucking Gumbo Variations. It might be a Camel. Like, bro, holy shit, this is one of the greatest records of all time. Honestly, like, when it comes to records like this, I really don't like these records like this blow my fucking mind. Honestly, I'd have to take back my statement about the Bob Dylan records. This is probably my favorite of the decade. I'm not sure. There's so many records I could say are my favorite. For sure, this record is gonna be up there. For sure, Saint and the Sinner Lady. For sure, Abbey Road, and for sure, Blonde on Blonde are gonna be up there. Some of my favorites of all time, let alone the '60s. But yeah, this is amazing record. Jazz fusion. If you guys want to get some jazz fusion, this is the record to go. This is the record to go. And honestly, yeah. Amazing fucking record. Holy shit, bro. This record fucking goes crazy. But yeah. That's all my 10 out of 10s from the... Or not all my 10s. These are all the 10s I'm going to mention in this video. See what you guys think. What do you guys think about these records? Do you love them? Do you hate them? What do you think about them? Tell me your opinion. Tell me some records from the 60s that you guys think are 10s. You know, I missed some of the 10s from the 60s. If you guys want me to talk about those, I probably will, just like in a video, or probably just like do like a video after this of like the 10s I missed that I think are good, that are albums I think are amazing, a 10 out of 10s. But yeah, this is the 60s. I picked 5 of my favorite records, and yeah, that's basically. I'll see you guys in the next video. See y'all later. And yeah, listen to all these records. I'd recommend them. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Bye.